Hi Arjun, thank you for joining. So let's wait for others to join, then we can start. Hi Dolly, hi Odia. So let's wait 2 more minutes, then we can start. Okay, sharp at the 9:05. Hi Pihu. So I am from Pune basically. So how's you guys are feeling after the two sessions? Is that helpful, or you need any more? You have any more doubts on that? So you can ask main times, so others can join. So we can start in within 1 minute. I'm audible, right? If you are able to hear me, just type yes, so I can just confirm. Okay, thank you, Arjun. See, just watching the videos or just conducting any sessions, definitely it will help out you as a learning path, right? But until and unless you do the hands-on practical at your own place, okay, that will gives you more confidence on that. Okay, so I would suggest you guys should have a daily basis, at least 2-3 times in a week you can just learn and do the hands-on practical for any services, just not only for the AWS but for the others DevOps tools as well, like Jenkins, CI/CD pipelines, Terraform, Kubernetes, like that. Okay, and the monitoring tools like Grafana, ELK, Prometheus, like that. Okay, and then once you get the confidence on the all these services and the DevOps tool, then you can pick a small project first. Okay, like a two-tier architecture, EC2 instance or container to database connectivity. Just deploy the sample application. You will get easily sample application over the internet. Okay, or any GitHub repos. So you can just deploy sample application as a two-tier architecture. Then once you deploy with the two-tier architecture, you can just do any kind of troubleshootings or log checkings kind of stuff. Then add the metrics in the monitoring tool Grafana or something. Okay, then you can just go to complex project like three-tier architecture, or where the services you can use as a serverless architecture, API gateway, Lambda functions, CloudFront, containers. Okay, and the database obviously, and the other stuffs, complete end-to-end flow as a real-time project. Okay, so that way you can just learn easily, and also it will ultimately help you to grow your skills and definitely it will increase your confidence over there. Okay. Yeah, I will definitely start one DevOps from zero to hero. So I have already prepared the plan for the 2024. Okay. So I have not exposed as of now. I am working on the background side. Okay. Once I prepare well for that, I will definitely announce it. Okay. So for now, my main focus is just finish the AWS Zero to Hero playlist. As you can see on my YouTube channel in the playlist section, you can see I have already uploaded 2 or 3 videos over there. Okay, so due to some time constraints, I am just it's video uploading gets delay basically. Okay, but I am just trying to do as much as possible for you guys, so you can just learn those, and you can it will help you. Okay. And once that series complete, I will start with the DevOps and other stuffs. Yeah, we can start now. It's almost 9:08. Let me share my screen. Yesterday, I don't know what happens basically. It's suddenly my mic not work, and the screen got frozen over there. There might be network glitch or system related issues. Anyways, it's happened in the live. So, are you able to see my screen? Just type yes if you are able to see my screen. Are you able to see? Okay, thank you, Arjun. So today's agenda is basically we can see about the RDS. I hope you guys already aware about the RDS database service. Then CloudWatch, CloudTrail, which is more important as part of the monitoring and the compliance perspective in the AWS account. Then we can see about the SNS topics. What purpose we can use SNS topics over there. Okay, and yeah, that's all. That is for the today's agenda. Then we will test out the steps. We will go step by step for the next 4 days. Okay, as we have a 7 days program. Sorry. Can you guys just let me know what is the use of database basically? You can just type in the chat box what is the purpose or use case for the database. Why we use database? You can type in chat box basically what is the use cases for the database in the short line basically. Why we use database? Okay, yeah. It's a not the file level storage like we use as a S3 or EFS. Okay, it's storing the records or something, for the application perspective. Yes. Okay. Yeah. So we will see as a today I have not already launched these ideas, so I can show you how we can launch the database basically. If you're already aware, then it's very good for you. Just I will just go through the simply. Okay, I will not go each and every options here. I will just pick only whatever the required basically. So when you create the first, you can just type RDS here in the search box, and you can just simply open that RDS service. Okay, then you will see the options dashboard by default like this. And if I just click on DB instances, here you will get the options database. For now I'm just showing the graphical way how we can create the database or other services like EC2 instance, IMA users, blah blah blah. Okay, but in the real time we use infrastructure as a code like Terraform, CDK, cloud development kit, or cloud formations. If you want to learn CDK, what is the CDK, how we can use, what is the use cases, and how we can create the resources, I have already prepared the playlist in my YouTube channel. You can see that. I think I created 10 videos or something, introduction, and how you can set up the project on your local machine, and how you can create the RDS database, EC2 instance, IMA users, how you can attach the policy lambda functions like that. Okay, so you can definitely try. It's an infrastructure as a code. Okay, because in the large organization or nowadays everyone follow the DevOps practice basically. So it will definitely help out to create the largest infrastructure or resources in the multiple AWS accounts. Okay, it's a automated way, so you don't need to go manually and create the resources one by one. Okay, it's an automated process as an infrastructure as a code. So most of the organization use Terraform, then CloudFormation and the CDK. Okay, so you can see the options standard create. Okay, here database type, basically which database you want to create in your project. Like there are number of database supported by the AWS. You can see Aurora MySQL, is suppose Aurora supported Postgres, normal traditional way MySQL, basically MariaDB, PostgreSQL. These are the traditional way MySQL, MySQL and Postgres, and these are the Aurora based MySQL and Postgres. Okay, there are major performance related differences in that traditional and the Aurora base, because it's customized by the AWS. Okay, so they have their own what we can say features or benefits. Okay, performance wise, costing wise, and the other scalable manner. Okay, for the Aurora we don't need to give any fixed hard drive for the storage for the database. Okay, it's automatically managed by the scaling perspective from the backend side. We don't need to give any hard coded value like 30 GB or 20 GB. Okay, in the traditional MySQL we need to assign a hard drive, basically 20 GB or 30 GB, and there is one more options scaling, but that will we need to define. Okay, but in Aurora cases we don't need to define any disk space. It will automatically pick increase or decrease according to your database size. Okay, so for now I can just show with you, either you can on your own PC, or I like on your home, you can just definitely try to do the practice for PostgreSQL and MySQL, and obviously for the Aurora as well. So you can just see the difference when you launch the EC2 RDS database. Okay, so let me show you with this MySQL for the Aurora. Okay, so here you can select the any let's say in your project if you have any specific database version requirement, then you can select from here. Okay, so for now I will just go with the default one, which is latest one. Okay, then I will go with the, it's a template, so you can just select dev test or production. Here you can give the database identifier name, like I will give AWS bootcamp. Okay, then you can define the credentials here. Okay, you have also additional options here, manage credentials in a secret manager. In the real time what will happen, because if you hard coded the credentials here, there might be not a good practice. So there is a one more services secret manager, so you can store the secrets in the secure manner over there. Okay, so for now I'm just showing you this uh, console password, basically. Okay, if you want to store in the secret manager, you can just select these options. Okay, so for now let me type the password. You can just type the password here and confirm password. Okay, then quickly I can go with the standard one. You can, if you do the practice on your own machine, you can see all the definitions, basically. Okay, so here you can just select the instance types, what kind of CPU memory resources basically you require. Like it's again depend on the use cases. If you need larger scale database, like you have lots of read write operations, so you can just go with the that according to that configuration, basically. Okay, so for now just testing purpose I will go with the basic one. You can select this bustable classes. Okay, and I will select the T3 micro. So what will happen in the T3 micro, I will get 2 virtual core and 4 GB memory. Okay, if in real time if you need 8 GB memory or something, you can just select according to that. Okay, here if you need replica like a master slave architecture, then you can just select this one. Okay, otherwise you can just go with this. Okay, so for now just to show you, I'm just creating the replica here. Okay, and I will just scroll down a little bit. Here you need to give the VPC. So VPC is an important part here. In the real time, you should not select the default VPC because of the security reason and other stuffs. Okay, and other limitation, basically. So you should always select your whatever the customized VPC, secure VPC. So for now I have this ND VPC, basically I created. So in the subnet, you can just select that. And here one more important part: in the real-time cases, you should not open your database publicly. Okay, it as a good practice or security manner, you should always keep in a private subnet. Okay, private thing. Okay, just for the practice purpose, I am just showing you as a public. Okay, but in the real-time cases, you should select this public access no. Okay, so I will just for the practice, I am just going to select yes. Okay, and whatever that you have a security group, you can select here. So I can just go with this my default one, or I can go with my test one, which I have open the port. And then just scroll down a little bit. You can see the lots of options. I don't want monitoring because it will generate extra charges over there. So you can see here the monthly cost. Okay, you can see estimate monthly cost here, $86 for this type of configuration. Okay, and simply just create the database. If you have a free tier account, so you can just create a database and just do whatever that you want to do the practicals, and immediately after that you can just terminate the database. Okay, so you will not get more costing over there. Okay, so it will take a little bit time. So I will just wait for that. So meantime, what will happen, we can just see a CloudWatch and CloudTrail. Okay, so it will take some time to create the database. So in the traditional way, what will happen, we use as a Linux machine, right? If you're already working or aware about that. So in the traditional way, we use let's say EC2 instance. Okay, so in that case, we use lots of Linux based command over there, just yum install MySQL or something, then yum install service start basically. Okay, then we need to do chconfig for the on boot start of the services. Then we need to set up the MySQL root password security, blah blah blah. Then replication setup. For the replications, we need to follow number of steps, right? As you, if you are aware or if you are don't aware, not an issues. You can just Google how to install the MySQL server and how to do master slave architecture. Okay, it's very hectic process, and also managing the stuff, risk basically. So that is the reason nowadays most of the things company are using RDS, because it's a scalable. You can scale up or down anytime without any major impact. Okay, and you can just set up master slave architecture easily. Even if you get any failure issues from the network side or anything, so you can just get the uh, yeah, it will automatically replicate the server to master servers or slave servers. Okay, and for the backup stuffs, you can easily set up the backups here, whatever the retention period, like 1 week or 1 month or whatever. Okay, so you don't need to write down any additional script to take the daily basis backup or lambda functions. So in on this control panel, you can see the backup options. You can automatically schedule that. Okay, and where you can find the database backup, you can see under the snapshot. Okay, if you take the manual backup, it will come under the manual options. Okay, the system generated backup will come in inside the system. Okay, so there are lots of options, you can just explore that. So for now I will not go in the details basically. And then let's go to the other part. Okay, so can any one of you guys can me just give one liner definition, what is the CloudWatch and what is the CloudTrail? So these are the entry questions might be, sometimes you will get in the real time. What is the difference between CloudTrail and CloudWatch? Okay, these are the common questions for you. You can type answer in the chat box if you already aware about the what is the CloudWatch and CloudTrail. Just single liner answer. Don't worry, definitely I will show you today, but I want answer from you guys. Okay, no issues. So CloudWatch is basically, it's a, we can use CloudWatch as a resource monitoring. Basically, you can monitor your CPU utilization, dispatch utilization, network monitoring. Okay, and your log monitoring, basically application logs. It's a monitoring tool, we can say. And CloudTrail is we can use as a compliance perspective, like who access your AWS account, what services he access, or what happened with the services, like what action that user taken for that any services. Let's say I log in this account and I create one EC2 instance, I deleted EC2 instance, or I create any S3 bucket, CloudWatch graph or dashboard or other stuffs. So all the API activity will monitor by the CloudTrail basically. Okay, so CloudTrail so major difference between CloudWatch and CloudTrail is CloudWatch is a monitoring resource monitoring to services, and CloudTrail is a compliance perspective. We can check the or monitor the API related activities. Okay, what is the user who log in from which IP address, and what services he access and actions basically. Okay, Dolly, thank you. Record API calls. Yes. Okay. So for the CloudWatch, if you already work on the Nagios open source or any other monitoring tools, we need to install all the services and agent, right? But for the CloudWatch, it's designed by the AWS itself. Okay, it's inbuilt service for their account we can use, so we don't need any additional steps here. So we can easily, let's say if you just search CloudWatch here, okay, and we can just simply navigate to that service. So you can see lots of options are there nowadays. Amazon continuously upgrade their services on the day-to-day basis basically. So how you can just track the daily basis announcement from the AWS sites, there is one website. From there you can just search AWS news. Okay, so you will get the all the daily basis updates basically. This one, if you just search AWS news on your browser, you can see get this link basically, and just scroll down a little bit. So on this page you can get this day wise basically, what changes happen on the AWS side, what new features roll out, or what other stuffs. So you can see the all the announcement here. Okay, you can just, let me keep in chat box, or you can just simply search AWS news, you can get this URL. Okay, yeah, so once we navigate to a CloudWatch service, we can see first dashboard here. Okay, so in the dashboard you can add multiple metrics here as a graph basically. So you can create dashboard here. Okay, you can give any name, and you can add the, let's say you want to add CPU utilization, memory utilization for the database. Okay, so you can just simply add here. You can see there are multiple options. You can also add graph, then logs, or any alarms. Okay, because nowadays, earlier it was, these options were not there, but now, as I said, AWS roll out their new feature services day by day, so they have added this feature basically. Okay, so you can just try with these dashboards to add the metrics. You can see the graph basically. Let me go back. See, I think there are three dashboards you can create as a free trial, but more than three dashboards you will get charged. Okay, so always make sure AWS free trial account. That doesn't mean you will get all the services free. Okay, most of the students or candidates do these mistakes. They think like, yeah, AWS gives 1 year free trial account, so they can launch any kind of servers, lambda function, S3 bucket, they stored movies or all the stuffs. Okay, so just avoid these kind of mistakes. I have already prepared the one video on my channel, best AWS best practices, or standard practice to follow basically, or cost optimization part. So you can just refer that. So you will get all the details over there in the details. Yeah. So here, if I just click on alarm, so whatever alarm we have configured, we will see in this alarm section. Okay. As you can see today, I have just done some practicals basically. So you can see the alarms. Okay. So in the alarm section, you can just see, let's say, let me go into edit section. You can see the matrix name is basically duration. This lambda function, how much time takes to execute the successfully, okay, the query basically. And you can set the some value or parameter, here statistics, and the period 1 minutes. And then you can just set the alerts like greater than or equal to. Greater than means, let's say if you set the greater than one, then whatever the session takes time, more than one value here. Okay, you can take value or percentage. So it will trigger the alerts, and where it will send the alerts. So I will show you in the next section. I have configured this SNS topics, okay, and in that SNS topics I have added my email address. So where you can add the SNS topics, you can just simply go to SNS topic here, okay, SNS service. You can just simply search here SNS service, and you will get this simple notification service, okay. So here you can see as an email subscriber I have added my email address, okay. If you want to add your colleague email address, you can just simply create subscription, and in the protocol you need to select email address, okay. If you want to add SMS or other stuffs or any endpoint URL, application URL, you can add those, okay. For now I will just go with the email address, and if I add my email address or your colleague email address, you will get one what I can say, one confirmation. So in that mail there is one link basically, so you need to just subscribe it. So if I can show you just for the testing purpose, let me create one topic here. First we need to create the topic basically. So I will go with the standard one which is relevant, and just add test bootcamp topic name, okay, and just simply create topic. So I have created the SNS topic here. SNS service is basically a simple notification service where you can use for the sending the notifications. So in the traditional way, if you look at the services, you need to install the sendmail service or any postfix service, okay. If you're already aware about the Linux services, okay, on the traditional EC2 instance, send mail or postfix to send out the mails. But in the AWS itself, you don't need to install any packages or services. You can use SNS service, simple notification service, to send the notification basically, okay. So for this topic, let me add my email address here. Just as I said, just select the email as a protocol, and let me add the email address. So I will get one confirmation mail, so that in that I will get one link. I need to confirm that first, okay. Otherwise, if you just configure the subscriber and you don't confirm basically, so whatever the system generated alerts you will not get, because you have not confirmed the your email address, okay. Let me just create it, subscription, okay. As you can see now, let me go back. As you can see, it's a pending confirmation, right? So let me go to my mailbox, and you can see I just got the one notification, AWS notification subscription confirmation, okay. So in that I have one link, confirm subscription. So I need to confirm this one, okay. Otherwise I will not receive any alerts related to CPU utilization spike, memory related spike, or whatever the parameter I have configured as an alert in the CloudWatch, okay. So it's simply just click on that link, and you can get the message successfully subscribed, okay. So after that only I will receive the alerts, okay. Now let me refresh that SNS topic, okay, quickly. So it will now show confirm. Yeah, you can see it's a confirm, right? So this way you can just set up the SNS topic. It's very simple. So now yeah, this way I have just set up the SNS topic here, okay, and you can just simply click next. So let's say now these are the pre-configured or already configured the metrics. If you want to create new metrics for any Lambda functions or any database CPU utilization basically, so how you can configure that in the CloudWatch? You can just simply just scroll down a little bit. You will get the options here, all metrics. Just click on that, okay. And here either you can just type RDS or Lambda function and press enter. You will see the RDS related metrics here, okay. So let's say if I go to across all database rules, just click on that. So for that, or just go to back. Let's check the database status first, okay. It's properly up or not. It's a still in going on, okay. So meantime what will happen, we can just check with the Lambda functions. I think we have already metrics for that. Just click on this all Lambda, okay. So there are multiple ways you can just go through that. So I will go with the function name basically. It will easy for me. So you can see the lambda function name here. Okay, then the matrix name and their alarm. If I already configure the alarm, then I will it will show here, otherwise no alarms will show. Okay, so let's say if I click on this duration, and if I select the duration like last 1 week, if I have any matrix already generated, like as of now you don't see any major graph here, because it's a POC account, right, my personal account. But in the real time cases you will see the utilization graph here. Okay, so let me try to open select other one, if I can get the some details for you. You can see there are only single dots because I triggered only one time there. Okay, let me try to get others if I have any. Or you can see other lots of options here like lambda function, RDS, SNS, S3. Okay, if I open S3 here, okay, storage matrix, number of objects for the AWS Guruji bucket. Okay, you can see the bucket name here. And if I open the, if I select the parameter 3 months, you can see objects, number of objects, it's there, you can see. And if I just click on the bucket size, how much bucket I am using, you can see 10 GB data I am using for now. Okay, so this way you can just simply select any matrix if you want alert. Okay, now how you can set up the alerts, just simply click on that. Okay, and just click on graph matrix here, and you can see the bell icon here. Okay, bell icon, on that you can just simply click on that, then it will pop up to specify the matrix condition basically. Okay, so I need a matrix alert basically. Let's say in 1 minute of period time, if the object size, let's say any like one or whatever you want greater than, and then this condition you can just set up this way, and you can just click next. Then you can just set up here the SNS topics where this alert should go basically. Okay, so before that, this process you need to first create your SNS topic with the email subscription, then you can set up the alerts over there. Okay, otherwise that SNS topics will not pop up here. Okay, if you first try to create the SNS CloudWatch metrics, and then okay, so first, just best practice is to first create the SNS topics with the subscription, and then you can just create this matrix alerts. Okay, and inside the CloudWatch you can see other options as well. Live tail is basically normally we it's a real-time logs you can get for any lambda functions, RDS services, or any other EC2 applications. Okay, and in the logs, in the log group basically you can see your log groups. Let's say you have lambda functions, RDS, or any server group, so you can just see the log group here. Let's say search with the lambda, you can see the lots of log group here. Okay, let me type lambda hello world. Okay, last time I have created. If I just open that log group, okay, it's similar to var log, in the Linux machine. So inside that you can see the log, lots of stream basically, date wise. If I just open any stream, you can see the logs here. Okay, as of now I just said it's a personal account, so there you will not get any major logs here, but you can see these kind of logs basically. Okay, if you get any alerts or error, you can just, okay, identify from here log group, this stream basically. Okay, so other best option is, let's say you have this lots of log stream and you want to find only the error base keyword. Okay, keyword error, which line has error basically. Okay, so you can go to the log insights query here. It's a very good feature in the real time basically, it will helps a lot, because you don't need to go. Let's say you have a log group and multiple log groups and multiple streams, so how you can go each log stream and just check one by one with the multiple logs, right? It's very hectic process and time consuming. So best option is just use log insights. Okay, Here you can write down the number of queries basically. Just for today I will just show you this log basically, where I am trying to fetch line basically where the keyword mention error. Okay, where we get the error basically. Okay, so from here you can just select log group up to 50 if you want to fetch the logs basically from the multiple log groups. Okay, and you can just select time period, like last one you want to check the log error log basically for last 12 hours, or let's say 1 day or something. Okay, so according to that you can just select and you can just run query. If you find any error based keyword in that log basically log stream, so you will get the output here. Okay, so as of now I don't have data, so you can use this kind of query. So let me give you this in chat box so it will help out you. Okay, you can just store this query. Yeah, definitely I will come to that, to monitoring the RDS metrics basically. So I think yes, the database is up. So now if I go to metrics, okay, and browse options, I will just remove this one. I can go to database RDS. Okay, here you can go with the database identifier. See, you can see now the database name AWS Bootcamp, which we have given here, AWS Bootcamp. Okay, and you can see the metrics basically: free memory, free storage, CPU utilization, network. Okay, all the metrics basically. If I just simply click on this, let's say free memory or any CPU utilization, you can see that graph. So I can just select last 1 hour here. Obviously as of now it's there is no use case for that data, so the log has been not generated basically. If I just click on CPU utilization, so there is no log generated. Let's say last 30 minutes. Okay, so this way you can just see the graph basically. As of now there is no utilization happens, so it's not showing any data, or it might take some time because we recently launched it. But you can try at your own, so it will see the graphs on the here. Now let's say you want to set up the alerts for this, right? So just click on that, let's say CPU utilization, and again go to graph metrics, and here just scroll down, you will see the bell icon simply, and you can just select. You can see the graph here recently generated, and you can just give like 85%, right? So if the CPU utilization spikes beyond the 85%, you should get alert basically. Okay, so this is the condition basically, and just click on next. In this alarm section, notification section, you need to give the proper your notification SNS topic here. Okay, so whatever you have notification SNS topics you have created, just select that one. Okay, and just simply click next. Okay, here you can just give the name like no fraud RDS CPU utilization alerts. Okay, you can give this kind of identifiable alarm name basically, so you can easily get when you receive the alerts, so you can easily get that, yeah, this alert has been generated for this ideas basically. Okay, so this way you can just give the naming convention and simply just click next and save, so it will create the alerts as simple as. Okay, so this way you can configure the alerts for the multiple metrics basically. Now coming to the cloud trail part. So cloud trail part, let's say someone, let me refresh this section because now we have done lots of things, right? We created the RDS and the SNS topics, right? So just search cloud trail here, cloud trail. Okay, you will pop up the service here, just click on that. So here you can just see the event history option from the left side. Okay, just click on that, and you can see the event, whatever the event happened. Okay, you can see I have logged in with my root user account, and you can see the region. Also you can see the source IP address here. Okay, and let's see, you can see here create topic. So this event happened just recently. For today's 4 January. Okay, you can see the timing. Okay, 9:30 something, and then you can see the region, source IP address. If you want to trace this IP address, there are multiple websites. You can just trace from which location this IP address, basically ip to location.com. So you can just copy this IP address and you can just paste somewhere here. Okay, and just click on lookup. You will see the country and the state, basically, and the other details. Obviously spammer are, very intelligent. They use proxy server to hack something, in the system. But for now, just tracing the IP address normal way, I'm just showing the, you can see it's a IP location, IP address location, country India, Maharashtra. Okay, it's a network city, basically. And you can see the ISP and the blah blah. Okay, all the details you can get by this way. Okay, and if you offer the security blocking, you can use NACL, network access control list, if you are getting the continuous spamming request from any particular IP address or something. Okay, we will see in the VPC part, but NACL you can use to block any particular IP address. Okay, and you can get all the details here in the JSON format. What is the event name, create topic, right? We created the topic, right? So you can see what topic name we have created. So this way, as a compliance or security point of view, you can just track the activity, basically, if you find like any suspicious activity in your account. Okay, so you can get all the details like here. Just if you just scroll down little bit, you can get, we just recently create the database instance. Okay, so you can see all the event here. We have created the CloudWatch dashboards, you can see that. Okay, and you can also find the username, basically. So this way you can use CloudTrail. So in the real time, sometimes what will happen if, let's say, you have this account access have multiple users, and someone by mistakes or unknown way, basically, he deleted something, or he created something, and if he try to deny, he is not creating the any services. So this way you can track here. So what user, when they login, basically, and what action he has taken on the inside the AWS account. Okay, yeah. So now I'm just showing the how to connect the database. So you can see it's a master slave architecture. You can see the role here, writer instance and reader instance. And if you just scroll down right, scroll right, basically you can see the replica lag. Replica lag, it's in a proper sync, basically. It's 20 millisecond, means very less. Okay, so what will happen in the master slave architecture, whatever you have writing in the or storing the data inside the writer table, basically, it will automatically replicate to your slave servers, which is replica server, basically. Okay, if there are any issues related to network connectivity or any slowness, latency issues, then in that case you might get the replication lag. Replication lag means it's a behind of the master server, basically. Okay, so you should also set these alerts in the CloudWatch CloudWatch, basically. Like, let's say, for if it's across beyond 5 minutes or something, you should get the alerts. Okay, it's a best practice to monitor in the real time. So now we will try to connect the database. So you can use MySQL Workbench, basically. If you just click on the writer server, you can see the hostname here, endpoint. You can just simply copy it. Okay, and and just open this MySQL Workbench. Okay, as a client. Here you can see the MySQL connection button. Just click on plus icon. Okay, and here you can just give any name like BootCamp, or let's say you have a production server, so you can just give that naming convention, RDS production, or that's database name, server name, basically. And under the host name, you can just paste this endpoint. Port number should be 3306, obviously, and a root username and password. You can just type here whatever the password you have during the RDS creation. Okay, just click and add the password and just click on test connection. If my MySQL port open for my network, then it will gives the successfully connection. Okay, so for now it's not. Let me check the username, what username I have used when I create. connectivity and security. Let me go to security group first and let me check. Just click on inbound rules, edit. Okay, let's check MySQL port open or not. Yes, MySQL port is open. So just remember here, I am just opening for the public world because this is my personal account. But in the real time cases, you should not open for the public network. You should always open inside your VPC or your VPN Office VPN network, basically IP address. Okay, so just remember these things for the security point of view. So I'm just checking the username. What username I have given? I have not given the any custom. It's a by default one. Let me just cross check once again. Yeah, username is admin, basically you can find here. And let me add that correct username here. Let me cancel let me cancel it and give the admin username. Password I have already stored. Just simply click on test connection. Now enter the password. Okay, and you can save this password as a vault and just click on next. Okay, and just try to test connection. If everything goes well with your connectivity, it will show the message like this one, right? Successfully made the connection. Just simply click OK and OK. Then you will just double click on that and you will get the access of your database server, basically. So whatever the operations you want to perform, like select query, any write the records or something, you can just run the command, show database. Let's say if I just and run this, you can see the number of database, basically. If I create any database, like create database AWS bootcamp. Okay, now let's see if the query executed properly. You can see here the successful message, basically. And now I want to check the database created or not. You can see here AWS bootcamp created, right? So this way you can just create, or whatever the operations in the project you want to manage, you can just go through that. Okay, I think that's all for the today's. And for the monitoring also, you can see the monitoring section here. If you just click on the writer instance and the monitoring tab, you can get the monitoring metrics here. Okay, the number of connections, CPU utilization, memory utilization, free local storage, EBS volume storage, basically, and the other number of metrics you can see here. Okay, this way you can just create and manage your database. And the backup you can find here. Backup section you can see here. Okay, you can see the backup period, basically. I have, by default it will support 1 day backup. Okay, and automatically if you want to keep backup for the 7 days or 1 month or whatever, so you can just change that uh, in the database from here, modify section. Okay, yeah, I think that's all for the today's. So if you have any questions, you can just ask me in the chat box, so I will pick one by one. Let me delete this. So after practical done, you can just delete the database servers. Okay, because it's otherwise it will unnecessarily charge you. Okay, how you can delete? Just select the writer one and you will set the delete options here. Okay, just type delete me. Just don't do in your production machine. Just do your just practical in your own account, basically. Yeah, if you have any questions, you can just ask me in the chat box. in the real time cases we will get the sometimes or replica lag related issues or any slowness issues basically. So if you have any valid use cases and you created the resource configuration with the minimum configuration basically, in that case you need to upgrade your RDS database basically instance type. Okay, if you have a valid use cases and your day-to-day operations increasing day by day, in that situation you need to upgrade your instance with the CPU and memory increase basically. Okay, so this way you can just delete the your personal account database once you have done with the practicals. Okay, so you can see the status, it's in deleting mode. And finally the cluster, I don't want any backup, so just select that option and delete me. Okay, and after some times it will delete. Okay, am I audible, right? Do you have any questions? If you don't have any questions, then that is good. So we can wrap up for the today's basically. So thank you for the joining, and we will meet tomorrow for the day 4, where we can just cover about the VPC security group and other stuff basically. Okay, which will very important part in the cloud basically. And then we can see some migration strategy, best practice to follow, and some production release precautions what we can follow basically. Okay, yeah, that's all for the today, and thank you for the joining. We will see tomorrow.